When you're playing the US in Gates of Hell, not all squads are created equal, and if you waste points on the wrong units, you're already fighting uphill. In this guide, I'll break down the best US infantry picks that I like to use, when to use them, so you can squeeze every bit of value out of your army. Three of my choices are from the same branch of the research tree. This is intentional, so you can use them together and slowly upgrade from one to the other without losing research points in other branches. My go-to early Conquest squad, the Veteran Rifle Squad. You might think they are just a rifle squad with a tiny bit more HP, but they're so much more than that because they essentially have double the firepower. They have a HP of 230, a stamina of 162, and a weapon skill of 5 on their respective weapon. The squad is mainly armed with the M1, but it also comes with 2 BARs, plus M1 Thompson for the squad leader, and Springfields for the assistant squad leader and the rifle grenadier. For grenades, the squads get between 2 to 3 frags, 1 to 2 smokes, and 0 to 2 Willy Pete. I'll always get the Veteran Rifle Squad over the normal Rifle Squad, just for this firepower. Having the 2 BARs and the 2 Springfield launchers is really useful in the early game. You do have to remember though that this squad doesn't have any anti-tank grenades, so just keep that in mind. Maybe get another squad that does, or focus on your anti-tank guns instead. A balanced army is a good army. Coming in second is the Ranger Assault Section MG. I find having this solid machine gun support really useful, especially if you can position them in elevated positions. More on this in a little bit. So the Ranger Assault Section MG has a high HP of 375, a really good stamina of 300, and a weapon skill of 5 on their individual weapon. They mainly come armed with M1 Garands, and the Rifle Grenadier comes with the Springfield and Rifle Launcher. The main reason why I choose this squad is this 30 caliber machine gun. I've always loved the look of this machine gun. I think it's got something to do with Band of Brothers. For grenades, all of the squad get 3 to 4 Mark IIs, 1 to 2 M7s, 1 to 2 smokes, and 0 to 2 Willy Pete. Having the machine gun lets you use the fire and manoeuvre tactics a lot more effectively. Set the machine gun up watching the advance of the rest of the section, the rest of the squad. Then once your squad get to the position, move your machine gun up and basically just let them cover each other. If you can set this 30 caliber up on a road, it can do some serious damage, especially if the enemy are pushing in that direction. The first special combat section.
Keeping cover.
These guys are probably hands down my favourite infantry in this game for a number of reasons. They have a high HP of 375, a solid stamina of 300, a weapon skill of 5 on their respective weapon, but they also have a 1.1 speed buff, so they can just run that little bit quicker. There are also a couple of other buffs in this squad. There is a medic, so he can revive people. So you have a dedicated medic in this squad. Plus you also have 2 mechanics, which have the mechanic buff, so you can repair things faster too. The squad mainly have M1 Garands. The squad leader gets a Thompson again, and the Grenadiers get the Springfields. They get a BAR, an M1A1 bazooka, and the AT infantry guy actually has a 6 on his weapon skill, not a 5. And one of the main reasons why I choose this squad, they also get this AN M8 flare gun. The flare gun has a 70 meter range, and wherever that flare lands, mortars will fall on it, which is really useful because you don't need mortars in your roster. You can just get them off map with this flare gun. This is really useful for clearing a point before pushing with your infantry, or just using it on the defense if the enemy are pushing in a cluster. For grenades, they get a wild assortment. The section leader gets 2 to 3 Mark IIs, 1 to 2 M7s, 1 to 2 smokes, and 0 to 1 white phosphorus. The demolitions guys get 2 to 3 Mark IIs, 4 M7s, 1 to 2 smokes, and 0 to 1 white phosphorus. Then the Grenadiers and AT infantry get 2 to 3 Mark IIs, 1 to 2 smokes, and 0 to 1 Willie Pete. Then the rest of the guys get 3 to 4 Mark IIs, 1 to 2 Mark 7s, 1 to 2 smokes, and 0 to 1 Willie Pete. This squad just dominates. They come with so many unique bits of kit. All around solid choice. Then time for my bonus units. The Cavalry Platoon Headquarters, and this is a mounted squad. The main reason I use this squad is for its sight lines. It has a ridiculous line of sight if you just look on the map. This is so useful, especially in the late game when you start using them with tanks, because they can spot enemy positions and AT guns way faster than a tank can. So here are the stats for the Cavalry Platoon Headquarters, and you get a 50 cal and a 30 cal on the M3A1 scout car, which can lay down some serious firepower. The driver and the 2 gunners get 150 HP and 250 stamina, and the platoon commander and platoon sergeant get 300 HP and 200 stamina, and they all have a relatively poor weapon skill of 3. They are mainly armed with M1s, there are 2 carbines in there, and the platoon commander of course gets the binoculars. I wouldn't use this squad in a fighting situation really. I mean, I wouldn't push with this squad. I would use them and have used them in desperate situations, but I mainly use them for recon and spotting, and if I do need to take a point quickly or defend a position, I can use them, but they're more of a support recon role for me. And my last suggestion is the engineers in the GMC truck with the 50 caliber on top. Yes, it's only a 2-man squad, but they are both engineer builders, so they both have the repair mechanic. The squad's inventory is absolutely full of items. They've got demolitions, they can build defences, foxholes, and then if you look in the truck, there's even more mines, more demolitions, just absolutely everything you'd need to defend. You can also tell an infantry squad to grab mines out of the truck and then they can place them. This is a lot more efficient than just using your engineers, especially if you can run a squad forward at the start of a match and basically just pepper the area with mines. A lot of people don't know this, but the demolition charge can blow holes in the hedgerows.
Do not give them an inch. Go. Tanks, take cover. Look out, enemy armor.
Then it creates this elevated position that I'll usually put a machine gunner on, sometimes the 30 cal from the Ranger section. You can then get your infantry through the gap in the hedgerow, or you can poke your vehicles through it. Doing this opens up so many more opportunities for the defense, but also for the attack. So they were my suggestions for US units. I'm trying to keep this very minimal and simple, just so it's not really wordy and overly long. Hopefully this has been helpful. Hopefully you've got some ideas if you're new to the US in Conquest. I'd also love to know your favourite units. I like discussing about units in this game, so drop a comment or join the battalion Discord and we can discuss there. You should find the invite in the comments. Thanks again for watching. Let me know what you want to see in the future, and see you in the next one.
Ready to go, sir. Army's finest here. Loaded.
I hope we're going home soon.
Over here, medic.
Any orders, sir?